Hello, everyone. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I haven't even had the chance to go see Sound of Freedom yet because I've got a baby and my husband works all the time, so we just don't have time to go do things ever. And when we do, it's just we want to sit in our house and spend time together. So I haven't even had time to go see the movie yet, but I'm very, very curious. If you've never watched any videos of mine, if this is your first one, or if you've watched every single one of them, or whatever, whoever you are in my YouTube world, please, out of any video ever, please comment on this one and please tell me your experience with the response to this movie, because I am seeing so much backlash and people, CNN, news stations and journalists reporting on the fact that this movie is a conspiracy theory, that sex trafficking isn't real, that these kids don't exist, that they're not being treated the way that they are being treated. And I'm just curious if my algorithm is sending me all of this stuff and that's just not really what's happening in the real world, if people are actually concerned and are actually waking up and actually believe this, or if you're receiving information about it and going, oh wow, I didn't know that was a conspiracy. What a shitty thing that these people are capitalizing on such a horrific lie. What is your experience with information on sex trafficking? Please take a second or 2 or 5 or 12 and comment on my video and tell me what your experience is. If you've seen the movie, if you haven't, if you've heard about it, if you haven't, what you've heard about it, if it's positive, negative, everything in between. The internet is not a real fucking place, okay? It's not real. People exist as trolls and say the worst things possible and also show their highlight reel of the things that also aren't real. The internet is not real, right? I know this. However, it can be a fair-ish representation of the populace. And so I'm curious from real people in real life what your experience is, how this is being associated to QAnon is... my brain can't handle it. I am so mad that I'm not even, and bewildered. I don't even know, fill in any sort of adjective here, because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I'm feeling. I'm not crying, which it says a hell of a lot. I gotta know what your guys' experience is with this subject, because I know when people hear about the QAnon stuff, they blow it off. I understand that. Anything that goes viral on the internet then loses credibility. That's just the way it goes. It becomes cringy, it becomes annoying, then people don't believe it, it becomes a joke, and no one then takes it seriously, because if anything actually gains significant traction on the internet, it just dies eventually, right? So the QAnon thing blew up a true story blew it up and made it seem so unrealistic because of the people responding to it, and then people creating more and more, drama on top of it. So the fact that this movie is now linked to QAnon based off of people's responses to it, and not it actually having anything whatsoever to do with QAnon, is ridiculous and disheartening, and the fact that people are completely blowing this subject matter off because of it is incredibly heartbreaking. So again, I'm just curious if I'm getting this on the internet and it's not real, and people are seeing this and going, holy shit, I had no idea that this existed, and I'm moved to do something about it and I believe it. Or are you guys seeing this stuff and going, holy shit, I didn't know, what a horrible lie, what a horrible thing to lie about, that children are being used and abused and sold into sex trafficking. Which end of the aisle are you on? Are you somewhere in between? Please tell me. I need to tap into some sort of reality, because the things that I'm seeing on the internet are blowing my mind into a universe that doesn't, I'm shocked. And all I have to say is that it cracks me up that at this day and age in 2023, when we have access to all of these things on the internet, and we have access to proof, and we have access to call out our government and the people in power because they're getting caught doing things right and left that they weren't getting caught doing before because of the internet, that they are the ones who still get to drive the narrative and tell us things that we know to be true. Oh, that's not true. That's a conspiracy theory. Oh, yeah? Yeah, I bet a murderer who would get to control their own narrative would tell you that they didn't actually murder someone, right? So the criminals are getting caught committing their crimes, but then are also the ones in charge of the narrative. So of course, pedophiles and sex traffickers are going to tell you that pedophiles and sex traffickers don't exist. Am I right? So, shame on every single newscaster who is out there spewing that this is a conspiracy theory, that these kids don't exist, that these stories are lies, that the photo evidence and the video evidence of these children isn't real. Talk about gaslighting. My gosh, if you are receiving all of this as a conspiracy theory, I urge you to ignore that messaging and pay attention to who's telling you that messaging. Yeah, please just tell me where you're at with this. I truly, I need to understand where the people are at, because the people in power and the peddlers and the narrative pushers are all saying that this isn't real. But I want to know where the people are at, and if the people are falling for that crap or not. So please, either bring me back to sanity and go, no, we're not falling for it, or tell me, yeah, it's actually a lie and it's a conspiracy and I don't believe it, so that way I can cry myself to sleep. So, yeah, I'm just curious. And if you don't believe it and you do think that it is a conspiracy theory, I'm not out here to like be angry at you or hate you. I'm just, again, if you've never seen any of my other videos talk about how I'm not mad at people who have certain beliefs. I'm mad at the people who are pushing those beliefs as truth when they know that they're lies. And so that's my thing. I'm not, bunny in the road. That was a close call. Hey, all right. So just, tell me what your thoughts are, please. I gotta know what the people think, because we know what the media thinks. We know what the mainstream media thinks, and they think that kids being sex trafficked is a conspiracy theory, and that pedophiles don't exist, and that it's just all a bunch of nonsense. Anyway, let me know, please, for the love of all goodness and graciousness in the world, please let me know what you think. Comment and share this video so that way other people will comment, because I gotta know where we're at as people. So anyway, I gotta park in reverse. I gotta go. Love you, bye.